The Common Sense would like to welcome you to our first video on how to make money selling fragrance body oils. There's mainly two ways to do this. The first way is to sell the product and then go ahead and buy it. And then the second way is to buy it and then go ahead and sell it. When you're selling it and then buying it, which is basically pre-selling the product, the customer is first going to place the order with you for what they want, and then you go ahead and buy that from us. And then when the order comes in, you go ahead and give it to them. When you're buying the product and then selling it, first you're going to go ahead and create a budget, figure out what items you want to go ahead and get, and then you're basically going to go ahead and order what you're wanting to sell. And as soon as that order comes in, you'll be able to go ahead and start selling that product. With the sell then buy, or the pre-selling, basically you're going to always be setting your own price, and there's less risk with the pre-selling because you're not having to buy anything up front. The customer is giving you money that you're then able to take and purchase the product with. It also has a very low cost to getting started because of that. And the only kind of downside to it is that customers have to wait for the product to come in before you give it to them. So you have to, order it, and then when it comes in, you go ahead and distribute it to them. So there's a little bit more time in taking care of that. Also, generally speaking, you're going to be placing smaller orders, so you're not able to take advantage of online and shipping discounts given for larger orders. But it is an awesome way to get started. The other option is to buy and then sell the product. Once again, you're going to be setting your own sales price. There is more risk involved with this because you haven't sold anything yet. You're basically selling what you have already bought. So with that, you're going to be setting your own budget for your investment. But the great thing is the customer is able to receive the product immediately, and so that's going to save you time from having to go back and give them the product because you're able to give it to them right then. Usually placing large orders when you're doing this, and so you're able to take advantage of online and shipping discounts. And the oil is also cheaper when you're buying it in larger sizes, and so you're able to get a higher profit out of that. So a lot of times we get asked, well, what is the best size to sell? Roll-ons are definitely the best. The reason for that is they're the best applicator for fragrance body oils, and they come in 3 different sizes. We have a 1/8 ounce roll-on, a 1/3 ounce roll-on, that is the most popular, and we also have a 1 ounce roll-on. So then the next question is, well, how do I get that? How do I get that product? How do I get the roll-ons? And so there's 2 ways to get those. You can get them pre-filled, or you can buy those bottles empty and then fill them yourself. So when you're getting them pre-filled, you're going to get the roll-on of your choice that you're choosing, already filled with the fragrance. It's going to come labeled with the name of the scent on it, and it really works best, especially when you're pre-selling. And you're also, one advantage to this is you're able to spend more time selling the product and less time filling the bottles. And then with the empty bottles, basically you just buy the roll-ons empty, and then you fill them with the oil from larger size bottles. You're able to save a little bit of money doing that when ordering the larger size of fragrance because you're now taking the time to fill those up. And this works best for buying and then selling. And so the downside is you're going to spend more time filling and less time selling. So you only have a certain number of hours in the day, so you kind of need to decide, is it going to be better for me to be selling the product, or do I have some extra time where I can be filling it? What's the best balance there? The main important thing that you need to remember is that you're going to be pitching this product. You're selling this product and yourself. And so one of the things that you need to remember is that the product is alcohol free, and therefore it's going to last longer on the body. Now the reason for this is that alcohol evaporates the oil off the body. So your typical sprays are going to be alcohol based, and when you spray it on the body it smells really strong at first, and then it goes away fairly quickly because the alcohol is evaporating that off the body so much faster. An example of this is if you were to take a bottle of rubbing alcohol and pour it on the table, and a bottle of cooking oil and pour it on the table, well, that rubbing alcohol is going to be gone very quickly, whereas that cooking oil is going to be there for an extended period of time because it takes longer for that to evaporate. And because of those things, the oils have a more consistent smell, and they last longer throughout the day. And so they're 100% pure fragrance oil, and it's fragrance in its pure form. There's so many different uses that you can use them for. You can wear them on the body. You can add it to lotion, body wash, shampoo, massage oil. You can also make incense sticks and soaps. Use it in air fresheners or diffusers. Use with an oil burner. So the product really sells itself with all those things that you can do with it and the added value that it's going to last longer. So really all you have to do is open your mouth and tell people about the product. So who are you going to sell to and where? One great place to start is with the family, also your friends, your neighbors, co-workers that you work with. Flea markets are pretty easy to get into, or trade shows. You can talk to somebody in line at the store. You can get a kiosk at the mall. You can also set up a storefront online. Try to get into beauty salons. If you own a beauty salon, you just put it in your shop, or you can go to other beauty salons and see if you can put your product in their store. As well as same thing with specialty shops and local stores, and also events, and pretty much anywhere that you can sell the product. So a lot of times people will ask, well, how much will I make? Well, it's kind of going to depend. Are you doing this full time? Are you doing it part time? Is it just on the side? The key is finding the balance with the price that you set. A lower price is going to mean that you're going to end up selling more product, but you are going to be selling it at a lower profit. When you raise your price, you're going to be selling less, but you're going to be making more off each purchase. So you need to try to find out where that balance lies between your going low or going high. So let's give you some numbers. The 1/8 ounce roll-on, we typically will recommend a price range of $3.99 to $9.99 for you to sell that retail. For the 1/3 ounce roll-ons, we would recommend $4.99 to $19.99. And for the 1 ounce roll-ons, price range of $6.99 to $29.99. Another thing that also works great is usually you can do like a 3 for the price of 2 kind of deal, or buy 2 get 1 free, same thing, and kind of set your price. So what's going to make the difference? You really want to set a balanced price. Typically you're going to see a higher price for a nice venue, such as a mall kiosk or at the beauty salon. You're going to set a lower price for a less expensive venue, something more like a flea market. The best thing for you to do is to test and track sales for different price points. So set your price at a higher amount, and then see how that does, and then set it at a lower amount and see how that does. And you'll what you're going to try to do is find that balance to where you can maximize your profits with the amount that you're selling and how much you're getting for it. Because if you set your price too low, you're not going to be making enough, and you're going to be selling a bunch. But if you set your price too high, you're not going to be selling as many, but you're going to be making more off of each purchase. So it's really finding that balance for your price. And you really need to understand the product and its benefits and how it's better than the alternative. And we already went over those. And really be confident in your ability with what you're doing. You can make anything from a few dollars to over $100,000, and we've seen that. So how much will you make? And the big question is, well, how do I buy? How do I get started? Well, there's a couple of ways that you can order. You can order right off the internet online at www.purebodyoil.com. You can also call and place your order by phone at 1-800-483-1941. And if you ever have any questions, you can always email us, and our email address is support@purebodyoil.com. Thank you for watching our presentation. If you ever have any questions, please go ahead and give us a call or send us an email. We'd be happy to talk to you. You can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, and also on YouTube here on this channel. Please remember to subscribe to the channel and also like our video. And if you have any comments that you'd like to make, please feel free to go ahead and do so. We'd love to hear from you and get any suggestions for any future videos. Thank you very much again. Now, go make some money.